Well, today's Thursday, it's the 20th of February, it's 2025, and I thought it was about time I came back down to Dureta just to have a look at the progress being made on the old hospital it's been knocked down, and there it is in the background. And as you can see, it is still standing. The front bit, the bit that was protruding out towards where we're standing now, has been knocked down, and it does actually look very much like a shell. But if we come down to the part that was supposed to be a new part being built for an old people's home, well, we've got a different story there. Not much going on at all. The original contractors went bust and work stopped. This is months and months ago now, and I need to go back to the videos to see when there was actually any movement on any of the work, but it looks to me as though nothing at all is happening. The materials which have just been left out, and they're just here, open to the elements, and I would guess some of the materials that have been left out here, bags of cement over there, they're just no use to anybody now. And even some of the structure that's been made, the installation now, because it's not being finished, looks as though it'd probably be better all ripping off and starting all over again. So nothing happening on the residence at all. If we go back to the old hospital, this big building, it's a really big building, and it's sort of got a curve to it. It was really strange when you walk down the corridors in there, that they just sort of were always bending off to the side. And the original idea, of course, was to convert it into a home for the elderly. And once they started to investigate the building a little bit more closely, they realised that it would cost more money to do that. So the idea then became to build a new place, which is partly constructed, and then this one would be demolished. And the work has been going on now for what seems like months and months and months. And I just expect one day just to bring some dynamite and blow it up, but it's not happened. And actually, just looking the bottom floors, there's still glass in the windows. Most of the windows elsewhere seem to have been taken away, but lower floor seems to have glass in. There was a big protruding part, and that was taken down. The whole site has been derelict for quite a number of years. When the hospital closed, they simply moved everybody that was working here and all the patients to the new place at Son Espacis, which has now been open and functioning for quite a long time. And they just left this place. It was just left completely. Nothing was happening. Well, work's now been undergoing here the last couple of years. Looking at the speed at which they are demolishing it, it seems to be taking a very long time. I'm guessing there must be a good reason for that, and I'm sure it's got something to do with the materials with which the original structure was made, or some of the fabrication within inside it. I've had to remove that more carefully. As we walk down the side here, we'll come to where the old outpatients was and the maternity block. And those two buildings, they were knocked down very quickly compared to this main building. And they've been gone for quite a while. And then they dug a huge hole. Now, since the hole's been dug, it's now been the construction site, and the hole's now gone. We now have buildings. Just in front of this one, this became a COVID centre, but they didn't actually use any of the buildings. They set it up in the car park. And they put some temporary porta cabin type buildings. And that was where we would go to have our vaccinations. That was only a temporary thing. That's all been gone for a long time now. COVID seems to be almost a distant memory. Digging out of the ground here. I've never actually seen any plans what's actually happening on this site. I'm sure they're available somewhere. But there used to be a thriving community here with bars and shops and businesses all down here, and they were reliant upon the staff and people visiting the hospital. When the hospital closed, so did this particular area. And now you can probably see there is considerable construction work that's undergone here. There's a big 2 buildings effectively. This is where that big hole was that I was talking about. And then there's the hospital, at least the hospital shell, you would think will be coming down. So they've actually done a lot of concrete work. I don't know if they're going any higher, but the brickwork is going in on the lower floors now just to fill in the gaps. We should start to see some more progress. Once it's all finished, then I'm imagining that all of the businesses across the road here will again take off and will again be a thriving community, because we're going to have a lot of people employed here, I would think. A lot of visitors, a lot of people coming and going. It's a big site. Going all the way down here. Various gates on the way down, entrances and exits. Coming down to the sign here, this is the sign up there tells us that it was 74.5 million euros and it's supposed to take 36 months in order to complete it. 35,000 square meters of construction with a 240 bed hospital and 39 consultants going in there. So that's what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. Start date on it though, so 36 months from when, 3 years? Feels like 3 years that they've been working on it. Not sure exactly though. Well, 3 years if we go back is post-COVID. Yeah, no, they've been working here a lot longer than that then. There's another block going up there by the looks of things. This is going to be a huge site. heading back round to the front part. Just a lot of steel, all the emergency exits are still in place with the doors and glass windows there. I'll just make my way round to the front now. Well, I hope you found it a little bit interesting. It's just something that's a work in progress, so I'll be down here in another few weeks' time just to see what more progress has been made. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.